I think what's really concerning here is, I mean, we've been neighbors, we've been friends, we've been intermarried, you know, people travel back and forth across the borders. Well, the border is now a threat. When I talk to university professors in Canada who are told by their administrations they have to bring burner phones if they're going to cross the border. I mean, that's what happens when you go to North Korea. When we see people being arbitrarily detained and kidnapped, this is a country now outside of the rule of law. What's very concerning for Canada is that we live along the border. We live along the border with a country that we've never had to worry about, but now we have to worry. I think it's better to be talking about this and talking about this in the frank manner that we need to. This man is a threat to democracy. This man doesn't believe Canada has a right to exist. This man cheered on Vladimir Putin and said it was wonderful when he seized Ukrainian territory. I think Donald Trump thought we were pushovers. I thought he probably thought we were chumps, and we've shown that we aren't chumps. But it's really, really important that we maintain very strong vigilance. Maybe there will be a point that we come back to a better place. We're not going to come back to that place if America loses the rule of law and we see the rise of authoritarianism. We will not ever be able to come back at that point. But at this point, things are still in flux, and people are looking to Canada. From around the world, people look to Canada right now because it's a fragile line we're holding, but we're holding the line.
Yeah, fragile line, but it's also a fragile relationship because, you know, to get back to the point I'm making, at the end of the day, the United States is this country's largest trading partner. You know, up until the disruption of boycotts and tariffs, you know, the United States was where Canada was integrating the economy. There's going to be an element of that one way or the other going forward. Don't you agree?
Well, absolutely, we have to find a way forward. But I think the worst thing we could do would be to tiptoe around the threat. Maybe the best thing that Prime Minister Trudeau ever did in his 9 years in office was when Donald Trump threatened those outrageous tariffs that the Prime Minister came back and said, we will go dollar for dollar. Because Americans need to feel the pain. The damage that they're doing to our auto sector, if we tiptoe around, we're going to see the steady bleed off of auto sector jobs, which will destroy the manufacturing centers along the 401 corridor. But if we go pound for pound, dollar for dollar, then that pressure is on in the United States. Again, going back to the boycott, we see that, you know, some key MAGA leaders and senators are now calling for Donald Trump to back off because of the Canadian pressure. So we have to negotiate with determination. It is insane, the attack that he's launched on aluminum. I mean, this is an industry that exists across borders. Agriculture, $70 billion in cross-border trade. It's causing havoc in the United States right now. They are suffering, I would say, they are probably starting to suffer more than we are. And we have to hold that. And maybe we get back to a place where the tariffs come off, and maybe we get back to a place where we can start to rethink how steel, how aluminum, how agriculture cross the border, because we are neighbors. But right now, we are dealing with a malignant threat.
Okay, I'm quickly losing